Hi, Mom. Thank you, Dr. Makani, for your kind words. And thank you to our graduating class for allowing me to speak in front of you today. It's an honor to be here, and I love you guys. I think I speak for all of us when I say that we wouldn't be here if it weren't for the strong, powerful women in our lives that pushed us through. So I wanted to take this moment one more time to recognize our moms here today. If you're a mom, grandma, mother figure, please stand up so we can give you some love. And graduates, I want you guys to clap your hands and give them some love. So. Happy Mother's Day.
Love you, Mom.
Love you, Mom. Thank you for all you do. We wouldn't be here without you. Yeah. This is a day of celebration, but also a day of reflection on some of the best years of our lives. For many of us, it was a community in our tiny specialized school that pushed us forward. It was the people that we saw every day that helped shape who we are at Cogswell and who we will become when we walk out these doors. If you asked freshman Joseph if I would become the commencement speaker of my graduating class, I would have laughed at your face. I was a loser with no friends. It's okay to laugh because it's sad but true. As a freshman, my goal for attending Cogswell was simple: get a degree, period. I didn't come to Cogswell to make friends. I came here to take my academic career seriously and prepare myself for my dream job of writing about cats and avocados at BuzzFeed. But in 2016, I went through a really difficult time that made me question my outlook in college. That's when I felt the full magnitude of how lonely I was. Thankfully, my best friend, Kaylin Farmer, introduced me to Lindley Cannon, the ASB president at that time, who brought me into ASB. It was the first time I allowed myself to step outside my comfort zone and get to know people. So, in writing this speech, I sought wisdom from some of the best speeches of all time. Barack Obama's powerful victory speech in 2008, Steve Jobs' commencement speech at Stanford University in 2005, Yoda and Empire Strikes Back, Shia LaBeouf when he said, "Don't let your dreams be dreams," Elle Woods and Legally Blonde, and last, my professor Soma Mae Shung Fraser anytime she addressed her class with her very, very mesmerizing voice. As I reflected on these great people at my time at Cogswell, a quote from my favorite author comes to mind. Pittacus Lore once said that a place is only as good as the people in it. It wasn't until I started working in ASB and getting to know the community when I began to understand what Pittacus Lore meant. My experience was being molded and strengthened by the people I was surrounded by. I learned many great things during my time at Cogswell, and I want to share 5 valuable lessons I learned from my time with you all. Okay, here we go. Number 1, the act of listening. Leading many clubs and organizations means that you get to interact with many kinds of people. That also means you get to work with many personalities, different personalities. There's a quote from Dean Jackson that's, yeah, you know what I mean. You were in a class project at some point. There's a quote from Dean Jackson that says, "Listening is an art that requires attention over talent, spirit over ego, and others over self." In ASB, we definitely had moments when we had clashes of personality. ASB is student government, after all, and what would a government be if everyone got along just fine? Coming into the role of ASB president, my concept of leadership was very solid. I expected our team to pick it up and learn from it. But I quickly realized that being a leader isn't about imposing your principles in a group. Rather, it's about letting the group form our principles together. It's about listening to the people you work with, exchanging ideas, and building our culture together. Number 2, seize every moment. I believe it was a great drag entertainer, RuPaul, who once said, the whole point is to live life and be, to use all the colors in the crayon box. You know, we grow up resenting the idea of taking a nap and nap time as children, then we go to college and beg for a really, really good nap. I learned that when the opportunity comes, take a nap. Seize the moment to nap, to rest, to relax, to do things that make you happy, and to spend time with people you love. It's important to live in the moment and absorb it. Not just the big things like graduation, but the little things like hanging out in line to get food from Dan at the food truck. Yeah, I'm gonna miss this food. Dan. Some of my best memories are little visits from my friends Andre, Matt, and everyone else at the tutoring center. Walking Crystal's dog Lola, which is adorable. 2 a.m. Starbucks run in Sunnyvale with my best friend Kaylin. Oh my God, what's happening? Every time Hannah rapped Nicki Minaj in the car. Chilling with Paola and her dog Robbie between classes. And kicking it in the old ASB room while Judith and everyone in ASB wrote those stupid quotes on the board. Time flies. Take it in while you can. Every precious little detail. Number 3, practice resilience. Michelle Obama once said that failure is a crucial part of success. Every time you fail and get back up, you practice perseverance, which is the key to life. Your strength comes from your ability to recover. In college, I learned that things will always go wrong. You'll forget about an assignment in an online class. You'll forget to do laundry for the 3rd week in a row. Or you'll pull up to Cogswell at the wrong time and there is no parking. Oh my God. The food truck you hired broke down. The school is flooded. Maya crashed for the 3rd time in an hour. Something will go wrong. We've all been there. But every single time you fail is an opportunity for you to listen, to learn, to recover, and to adapt. Every bug and broken code. Every time you had to bite your lip during a critique of your art in class. Every deformed UV. Every lost flash drive. Every time you couldn't book the studio to record a song. Every failed business pitch. Every time you slept in class. You get up, you learn from it, and you do it again, and you do something better. Number 4, make a home. Remember, a place is only as good as the people in it. As someone who has moved 12 times in the last 10 years and experienced homelessness as a minor, I had a very weak concept of home. I didn't like making friends because I know that I'd have to leave eventually. But being at Cogswell has really changed my outlook when it comes to the concept of home. Cogswell is full of some of the most inspiring and amazing people in the world. So for the first time in a long time, I allowed myself to be vulnerable when it came to people welcoming me with open arms. It took so long for me to realize what home meant to me. Because as college students, we get to form kind of a family. For me, it was ASB, the Cogswell Chronicle, the Cogswell Collective, GSA, and many, many more. And I'm sure you all have your own to call your family to. A lot of us come here needing that sense of community. You've all taught me many things, but the most important lesson has been to be the person who makes someone feel like they belong. Open your heart and mind to everyone seeking a home. Last but not the least, number 5, blaze a trail. Okay, so when I was writing this, I asked my boyfriend to critique this speech, and he said that I'm using too many quotes. He said, he's right there. Calling you out, sorry baby. He says that when you use too many quotes, you hide your own voice. As a millennial who loves Tumblr, I was deeply offended. So I quoted Joseph Roux. A fine quotation is a diamond in the hand of a man of wit and a pebble in the hand of a fool. Okay, here's another quote from Michelle Obama. Success isn't about how much money you make. It's about the difference you make in people's lives. I wanted my time at Cogswell to be meaningful. I've had many great achievements, like meeting President Obama, but I think my greatest achievement has been using my platform to bring people together. There was a moment close to my heart around Thanksgiving 2 years ago. I had all my friends over in the apartment, and we walked around the table and talked about what we were most thankful for. My friend Danielle told the room that she was most thankful for me because I brought everyone together. And I looked around the room and saw faces of people that I never thought would find anything in common, but yet here we were spending Thanksgiving together. That moment I knew what my mark would be, to bring people together and to make a place, a home for anyone who needs it. And with everyone I pass the torch onto, I impart with them the lessons I've learned and the importance of forming a community for everyone. I hope that that becomes my legacy in the trail I blazed at Cogswell. As we journey on, we should ask ourselves, what are we leaving behind? And who are we leaving behind? And so today we celebrate a journey like no other. But as the great Tony Stark once said, part of the journey is the end. No spoilers. You don't know what happened. I watched that movie 3 times. That was 9 hours of my life. Soon, we will all be going our separate ways, and tonight I will be moving for the 13th time in a decade. It's really scary, but it's also exciting. There's an entire world out there ready for us to see, ready for us to explore. But as we start our new beginnings, it's important that we carry with us everything we learned during our time together at Cogswell. For me, it was those 5 lessons that define who I am as a Cogswellian. Listen to the people around you and be open to those who may be different. Seize the moment, make every day memorable. Persevere. Don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid of missed opportunities. Be the person to make people feel welcome when they need it the most. Build a legacy that carries on a good message. And use as many quotes you can find and take a good nap whenever you can because you deserve it. Seriously, we need to leave. Each of you has been forged by your own clubs, your own friends, and your own families in college. We are all leaving with different sets of lessons. And as you start this new chapter, use that wisdom to build new communities. Soon, you will be meeting all kinds of people with their own lessons and knowledge to impart. As humans, we are shaped by the people we surround ourselves with, becoming better and better as we exchange ideas. A place is only as good as the people in it. And I am fortunate enough to have spent 4 years with some of the most incredible people on the planet. Now go on, learn from those around you, find your place in the world, and be that person who makes that place good. Thank you.